everyone. Welcome to Lunch Break with ATI, Actors Theater of Indiana's weekly podcast. My name is Cindy Collins. I'm one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana, the resident professional theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel, Indiana, US of A. And today I have James Novotny. James, say hello.
Hello, hello.
Now, James is another friend of Scott Osborne's. They just keep coming and coming out of the
Scott's
woodwork.
Best friend.
James is claiming to be Scott's best friend, which we've had two other claims, I believe, on that. So you guys can fight that out amongst yourselves. Straight. But for the past few weeks, we've been having Scott's friends on the podcast who are kind of entrepreneurs, or made their own path, started their own businesses, which are entrepreneurs, I guess, yes. And so James is one of those people.
Yep.
And so we were just talking about this when I met you, that I always ask everybody, how do you know Scott? Everybody knows him differently, either swimming or college or high school or when you were kids, so go.
Yep, so we met. We had a couple close friends that they both swam. So I had a good buddy that I would always go over to his house all the time. And Scott was on the same swim team as him. So just by friends, we ended up meeting and then
hanging out.
Yep. Been friends ever since.
So all through the swimming.
15
all
years.
through swimming.
Yep.
Where'd you go to school?
Lawrence North.
Okay.
So,
and then you went to university.
I went to IU in Bloomington.
Big school, good school, right?
Went there, and then I moved to Chicago. I got an offer out of college. Ended up going remote within 6 months of being there, but they then still ended up staying for 5 years.
Okay.
So did my master's at Purdue, so I'm kind of a traitor.
Well, I don't know about that.
Still
the diehards.
Go IU for sports.
I guess the diehards they say that. Me, I'm like, hey, you're getting an education, you're getting an education.
Yeah. So, and then I ended up I got into the architect level instead of development, and I started seeing kind of what the company was getting to take versus what they were paying all the employees to do the work. I was like, I'm doing a lot of this work.
Oh, okay.
I might as well try to
go out on your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So I started my own LLC to do contracting. I've had 5 or 6 over the past 5 years.
Okay. How big of a how big of a job will you do?
So I would actually say I'm doing similar work level.
To like what kind of project? How big of a project?
They're large. I mean, I've done things for the SEC, for United Airlines, for Computer Science Corp. I worked for JPL for 4 years for the NASA Jet Propulsion Lab. And now I moved on to doing more work with the SEC for ICF.
And what you specifically got into?
Yep.
Okay. What does that entail?
So,
you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you're not an architect. You're not an architect.
Yep.
But you are facilitating what?
So it's information systems. So I'm a big proponent of ServiceNow. It's kind of a have you seen the big building downtown Salesforce?
No.
Okay, well, there's a big building downtown with the big Salesforce logo,
building,
but they're our competitor.
That narrows it down. Have you seen the big building downtown? I've seen
Very
a few
descriptive.
of them. No.
But so I actually kind of got into this. I wanted to be a lawyer or do stuff in business admin and follow my mom's path. And then I had the opportunity at IU. They were like, we'll give you a $500 stipend if you take these certain courses.
Oh.
And at that time, I was like, I need some money. I could.
Right, sure.
So I took these, and they would give it straight to me instead of through the bursar.
Okay, yeah.
So found out I was really good at it. It came really easy to me. Grades started improving. I was like, okay, this looks good to mom and dad too.
Yeah.
And it turns out what I did for my internship ended up being what I did long term and didn't even recognize it. It was still in it was business administration, but we were redlining a contract for ServiceNow.
Okay. So you're kind of learning how to do
so
stuff.
I was a little bit.
You didn't get, you know what I mean? You didn't know that you wanted to go into that yet.
At all.
So someone says, okay, I'm an architect.
Yep.
I'm an architect. I've been hired to design this building.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then you
same concept, except
you do
all...
what? Do you do what do you do for the architect?
So there's numerous different tools that you're using within your tech stack. So say you want to connect with SharePoint, you want to have any sort of voice calls for like a service desk. Okay. They might do sentiment analysis on, hey, you can tell how mad people are by how they're calling in and how they're talking on the phone. So then we would prioritize those calls directly to someone instead of to a robot. Right now I'm doing one for audits where we are building a system that tracks the audits of the auditors. So we're auditing the auditors. That was a cool project. JPL was one of the coolest places I worked at where we did all their inventory management for like within the for Caltech and the Jet Propulsion Lab. So that was a really cool one, doing asset management. I know it sounds a little nerdy.
Oh my God, it's all foreign language to me. I'm like, blah, 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 you know what I mean?
But it's the thing I love about it most.
It's like technical engineering.
Yeah, you're always either right or wrong. There's not that gray area of, and there's always a fire in the kitchen. You're always dealing with some other thing that came up, and you're like, how are we gonna handle this?
Yeah. So you started your own company.
Yep.
What's it called?
JC Tech Solutions.
Because what's the C?
James Conner.
That's your middle name, James Conner Tech Solutions. Okay. So, and then obviously it's freelancing. It's your own company. Yep. When did you start that?
2019.
Okay. So that's what you said. You've had, and from that time, how many?
5 contracts. They weren't all annual contracts. I did 2 6 months, a couple 3 months.
Okay.
So it was really dependent on what I could get at the time or what sounded interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm considering doing a new one after I finish up this most recent project.
So it's just you're on the project. Like that company doesn't, like say that company, I don't know, let's say JBL or whatever.
Yep.
They don't keep you all the time. It's like you're contracted for this amount of time to do your work and you're done.
So a lot of people do contract to hire. So they'll start as a contractor. You might get paid a little bit more base, but you're not getting the benefits that they give out to everyone.
That's what I mean. You're not on staff.
Correct. So yeah, you can jump from one to another.
You're a freelancer.
Correct.
Obviously, your company's freelance, so you freelance.
Yep.
Okay. All right. It's like an actor.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. You go from contract to contract to contract.
Doing my best.
Yeah.
Faking
No,
it till I make
no,
it.
no, no. That's good. And you started your own company, which is very impressive, obviously, because that's not easy. I know, from the ground up to start a company.
Yep.
Now, are you one-man band?
Right now, the goal is future state to get more people on the payroll where we could do a full implementation where it's not just a developer and an architect, but there's other roles like business analysts that go gather requirements from a customer.
Okay.
So, but sometimes I feel like I ended up doing that process anyways.
Well, you learned everything before you started. Like
Correct.
You did all these different things, which is smart. So you kind of have your hands in on a few different things.
Yep.
So the more you know, the more you know.
Right.
You know, which is very important. The more knowledge you have. So, okay. So now you're just on your own. You probably work from home.
Yep.
I'm assuming, right? Home office.
Started
right?
before COVID happened. So the only thing I lost during COVID was the gym and being able to walk to the beach. Because I was living up in Lakeshore East in Chicago. So I moved from a larger apartment to this small one so I could walk to the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Then COVID happens and can't go to the beach.
Oh, God. Yeah, but who the hell was on the beach? I mean, you could still walk.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't understand. If everybody's just walking outside, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You couldn't go to the beach. They were like, verboten.
Right.
I know, but still.
Yeah, it sucked.
That does.
Like a 600 square foot apartment.
Oh, gosh, yeah, sorry.
With my newer girlfriend at the time.
Oh, my gosh.
Together
in the tiny apartment?
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that work out?
Still together.
Oh,
so we made it.
You survived it.
Yep, we did.
That's a test.
Yep, it definitely was.
Yes, that's a real test. Oh my gosh.
And a dog.
Yeah, well, the dog, that's not so much of a test.
Yep.
They're unconditional.
Yep, definitely.
But people are not all the time. Right. So, did you grow up in Indianapolis or?
Yep, Indianapolis.
Okay.
Indian Creek, well, it was still an ICE school.
Yeah.
Lawrence North, then IU, then Purdue.
Yeah.
Then I actually did a certificate program through MIT. for their architecture program.
Oh my God.
Yep. So that was funded by, they had a partnership with Boeing and JPL. So I got real lucky to be able to do that low cost.
MIT, no small potatoes there.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah,
Scott probably doesn't even know that.
Well, he knows now.
Yep.
Everyone knows now. MIT, very impressive. And your mom, you said you almost followed, was she an attorney or was she?
No, she did business administration. So she ended up working for St. Francis Hospital in Greenwood.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
So she worked on a bunch of things in the Medicare and Medicaid space.
Okay.
So really wanted to just do everything like her. And then I was like, oh, I can make some money off these classes and I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
What about your dad? What do you do?
He was a UPS driver.
No way.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
35 years, 40 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So.
Good company to work for?
Yep.
Ups.
I used
to just call them Ups.
Yep.
The Ups man is here.
Yep.
No, it's the Ups people. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny. He actually opened a bar called Fed Ups afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it still
like
open?
the mix? No, it's not any longer.
That's fun.
But it was kind of funny.
Where was that?
I don't know if it was Westfield. It was far on the east side or on the west side. 86th and 465, but on the far west side.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really know the area that
yeah,
well.
Yeah. No, 86th Street is packed with all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I mean, my God. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
How old were you when you did that? Were you older, out of school?
No, I want to say 17 or 18.
Oh my gosh, did you used to go there?
Once or twice. Not while it was operational, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I obey the law.
Yeah, right. All right. You didn't even work there or anything?
No, nothing.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Wow, Fed Ups. That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, was he still working for Ups at the time?
No. Or maybe he was. I think he just retired 3 or 4 years ago.
My God, he was working for Ups and then he opened a bar?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
What was the interior like? All Ups things?
There was a lot of it. It was pretty funny. It was just a sports bar. It used to be the old Claude and Annie's off 86th.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
I don't know.
So
yeah.
That's what I do know about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Any siblings?
One sister that's through blood, and then 2 step siblings.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. So I have an older sister that's a nurse, and then another sister that does graphic design, and then another brother that also works at FedEx in Colorado. And the other sister's in Atlanta, and then my blood sister's here in Indianapolis and Greenwood.
You two are together, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's kind of spread out.
Yep.
The other ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what is now that you started in 2019, you survived, you and your girlfriend survived, and what made you move, though you were in Chicago? Where are you now? Are you still up there?
Indianapolis now.
You're down here.
Moved in 2022. It was just time to... Rent prices were going up in Chicago.
Right.
I wanted to be around my mom and dad a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm right in between my parents' house.
Both of them? Or did they get divorced?
They're divorced,
you have step siblings, so your parents obviously got divorced.
Correct.
But they're still in close to each other.
Yep. There's probably a 15-minute drive between houses, and then I'm spot on in the middle over near Geist.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
You have an apartment?
Nope. I got a house. Do you know where St. Simon is?
No, I don't know anything over there.
Okay. What else is
But that's nice. You have a home. Bought a home.
Bought a home.
You and your girlfriend?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And the dog?
And the dog.
And the dog.
Yep, got a fenced-in yard so he doesn't have to go from the 40th floor when it has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
So.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the next, do you have do you have some people like, this is my goal, or people are like, no, I'm just going to, see what happens next?
So, I have a 5-year plan of where I want to get it, but I also kind of slowed down with overworking whenever I was making the move back home, had the house. Now I have a little bit more responsibility with taking care of stuff around the house. But I do have goals there's additional certifications you can get that it's not necessarily a money thing, but certain positions you can have within the project if you're more certified. And it looks good for the companies that I'm doing work for that say, hey, this type of person who's certified in this can do that type of work.
And what is your official title when you tell people, I am?
ServiceNow Solution Architect. So, but I do work with a couple other SaaS products.
ServiceNow Solution Architect. So it's not really, you're the architect of the,
single SaaS solution typically, but it integrates or it communicates to other systems. So I do a lot of the integration work to make them communicate, make sure there's
because it's funny, because I think architect, I'm like, you're building a building.
Yep.
Here's an architect, like I said before, I'm gonna build this building.
Yep.
You know what I mean? What are you doing for that? But
So
it's just really, you're the architect of it's
but
IT.
you map it out the same way as you would a house.
Yeah.
And you have like dependency testing. You got to understand where your fail points are. Just like a house, you have to have the correct support in the correct places, and make sure you have a full plan before the building starts.
Right. Okay.
And builders to do the work.
Right, but you're doing everything now.
Yep.
For yourself.
Yep.
Obviously, you have a website.
I don't use my website anymore at all.
Okay.
LinkedIn's kind of my way to get additional contracts.
Okay.
But yep.
How do you know who to send out to? I mean, you're like, I want my next gig, my next contract.
Me.
Really?
I bet I get 3 or 4 a day.
Wow.
Just of different. And it's like, do I want to do it? So I can kind of pick and choose.
That's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Very impressive.
Yep.
That's what makes you take the job? You're like, I am interested in this.
If it's a certain process area I really like and know like the back of my hand, there's others where I'm certified, but I haven't had as much experience in it.
Yeah.
So I might, or sometimes I'll take it because it is that challenge of, hey, I haven't got to work with this as much.
Right.
But kind of varies in my reasoning. Sometimes it's pay, sometimes it's location, sometimes it's, do I like the product that I'm working with?
But if it's the location, I mean, you're doing everything.
Well, a lot of
You're
times.
not there personally.
So in those initial design meetings, you'll do, it's called whiteboarding, and you'll go in and talk to the client and kind of draw it out on a whiteboard. Yep.
It's a storyboard.
So
yeah.
So
it's like anything.
Like right now,
like
I just got to go to DC
like,
for
you going?
a week.
Are you?
I've done it twice in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So just get to go stay right downtown near the White House. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I had never been there before.
Oh, God.
So.
Yeah, the DC. I like DC. I like our capital. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I just always like visiting there.
Yep.
It's so interesting.
Didn't get to do any sightseeing because they lost my bag on the way there. So I go for a single 2-day meeting with people I hadn't met before, and lost my bag, sent it to Canada, and was panicking the whole time, trying to get a new set of clothes for the next day.
Oh, no.
That was a blast, but we got through. We persevered.
Oh, God. Oh my God! So sometimes you will go personally and do storyboard for them, just like. But so many things are just done by, on the computer.
I still see them daily
and
via
Zoom
Teams,
and
but
you know what I mean. You don't. It's too bad you don't go face to face.
Yep. But I'm glad. I've had times where I'm like, would I want to work in an office again? And others when it's like, it's so nice to roll over and make my breakfast at home and not have that rush of the day and fight traffic.
And you get your work done.
Yep.
You get it done.
And it's almost like you have a little bit more time to do your work because you're not commuting for
Well, you're not, and you're making
day.
your hours almost. Like you can work anytime.
Yeah.
At your house.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That I know. I mean, that's changed so much.
Yep. It's a love and hate thing because sometimes you'll get behind and be like, why am I working on Saturday morning? But that's all jobs too, I guess.
That's almost everything.
Yep.
There's no sometimes there's no downtime with certain things, It's important to take it. Like, what do you do for your leisure time?
I'm also a pickleballer with these guys.
Oh, so you're playing with Scott?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I played men's volleyball all through high school, so I am still a big fan of volleyball.
Yeah.
Don't play video games anymore, but that might change. I haven't decided yet.
Well, getting out there and getting physical is better for me.
Definitely.
I think. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because it helps you. The endorphins help you. You get out there, you get that,
especially
that energy
working
out.
from home. It's like I have to set times where I'm like, go outside for a little bit,
walk
around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Staring at that for 3 hours. So.
Yeah, you're staring at a screen. You're oh God, you're sitting at a computer. Yeah. You gotta move around. You gotta get physical.
Yep.
I think it's important.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're doing very well for yourself.
The best.
That's all you can do.
I'm trying.
You know, and I keep on keeping on.
Yep.
You know, plugging away. You sound like you have. I mean, you sound successful to me. You know, and the job offers you have. So that's excellent. Good luck. Wish you the best
Pleasure
of
to
luck.
meet you.
You too. You too.
Thank you
James
so much.
Novotny.
Close. Novotny.
Oh, jeez. God. Novotny. James Novotny.
You're right there.
That's not Italian, is it?
No, it's
What is it, Greek? I was
Czechoslovakian.
going to say, because, you know, the Greeks end in an S usually.
Yep. So
Czech?
Yep. Czech.
Novotny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your father's family come over? When did they come over here?
Great grandparents, so third generation.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And then my mom's side's O'Connors. So I got the Irish and the Czech.
Oh my gosh, O'Connor. Well, you know what that is, right? Oh man. Novotny.
Novotny.
All right, got it. JC Novotny.
Yeah.
And your company?
JC Tech Solutions.
JC Tech Solutions. Okay, so what you do is, to me, is like, you know, but obviously very smart. So
that's how it happens with my family too.
And know
They're
what
like,
you're doing.
What do you do?
Oh, God,
tell them
it's
and
hard to explain because
IT.
I'm like, right, IT.
Yeah.
I guess in a nutshell, it's IT.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, oh my God, it is very hard to, right? It just seems very hard to explain what you do.
Yeah.
You know,
It is.
for a company.
Yeah.
But you're obviously doing it very well, and you're getting offers, and you're working.
It's
So that's
working
important.
so far.
That's important. You're playing pickleball.
Yep.
Let's
And
go
playing
with the pickleball. All right, James, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Lunch Break with ATI, the weekly podcast. We'll see you next week for the mystery guest that will be sitting to my right. Oh, and also ATI has, it's the season, the new season, the 24-25 season, starts off with Ring of Fire. They have just started rehearsals, and the cast is pretty damn incredible. So go to atistage.org, check out, get your tickets. It's a really good show. It's about the life of Johnny Cash, and it's really a cool show. It's really neat. Everybody plays an instrument. Everyone plays everybody through his life, and there are 3 men that play him throughout his lifetime. So really interesting. So they just start rehearsals and open in about 3 weeks, I believe. Check it out, atistage.org. Thank you. I'm Cindy Collins, James Novotny.
There we go.
Goodbye.